Well, clean drinking water is fast becoming a scarce resource.
Today on World Water Day, News First highlights the importance of this all-important sustainer of life and the priorities in having clean water.
As humanity develops by the second, making so-called progressive change, have we got our priorities straight?
The following is the final segment of the series of reports in view of World Water Day, filed by News First Shamir Rasuddin and Zulfiq Farzan.
The world is rapidly running out of clean water. Some of the largest lakes and rivers on the globe are being depleted at a very frightening pace, and many of the most important underground aquifers that we depend on to irrigate our crops will soon be gone. At that point, 40% of the entire population of the planet has little or no access to clean water, and it is being projected that by 2025, 2/3 of humanity will live in water-stressed areas. Water is life. The fulfillment of basic human needs, our environment, socio-economic development and poverty reduction are all heavily dependent on water. Good management of water is especially challenging due to some of its unique characteristics. It is unevenly distributed in time and space, the hydrological cycle is highly complex and have multiple effects.
Allocation of water for various competing water users, like the electricity, power generation, you need water. Industries, they need water. Farmers need water. Other people need water for drinking and other purposes. And also environmental requirement of water.
In designating 2013 as the UN International Year of Water Cooperation, the UNGA recognizes that cooperation is essential to strike a balance between the different needs and priorities and share this precious resource equitably, using water as an instrument of peace.
Water holds the key to sustainable development. We must work together to protect and carefully manage this fragile, finite resource. Each year brings new pressures on water. Let us promote water rights, waste less, and design intelligent policies so all users get a fair share. Let us invest in water. Water is life.
Did you know that every 8 seconds, somewhere in the world, a child dies from drinking dirty water? The number increases with each passing second. As the global water crisis gets worse, it is going to affect every single man, woman and child on the planet, and no human being would be spared. It's time to act. Shamir Rasuddin, reporting with Zulfiq Farzan for News First, Colombo.
You're watching News First. Up next is Action TV.
The chairman of the Khulna Pradeshya Sabha has made preparations to secure a court order that will prevent the continued use of a plot of land that has thus far been used as the public cemetery for the Khulna area. The cemetery, which spans a 2-acre area, is a state-owned plot of land. Thereby, the Divisional Secretariat has the power to take decisions pertaining to this land. Incidentally, there is also a separate ordinance which is in effect for cemeteries. Nevertheless, the Divisional Secretary is unaware that this cemetery no longer serves its purpose. This is because the chairman of the Pradeshya Sabha has arrived at a decision to allocate a separate plot of land for a cemetery. This fence has been erected around a 20-perch plot of land adjacent to the Khulna Public Sports Ground, in accordance with the decision taken by the Pradeshya Sabha chairman. This public sports ground belongs to the entire area, coming under the purview of the Divisional Secretariat. Located adjacent to this sports ground is a preschool. The Pradeshya Sabha has allocated a small plot of land behind the preschool and has put up a banner which proclaims that this is the cemetery.
There is a preschool here and water flows across the ground during rain. The bodies which are buried here will be unearthed and will be deposited by the gushing waters in neighboring lands. This is a building constructed by the government. They are trying to demolish it, but it is the government's money, which means that this is the public's money. We cannot allow for it to be demolished. What we say is that a separate plot of land should be allocated.
Chairman of the Ratnapura District Development Coordination Committee, this one is over to you. Tonight's You Reporter segment was filed by TMD Bandara Thenakun from Nikavarathiya.
This is the access bridge to the Rohalwat area, which comes under the purview of the Nikavarathiya Divisional Secretariat. The bridge is in a dilapidated state. Many children have to cross this bridge to go to the preschool. Area residents request the relevant officials to renovate this bridge as soon as possible.
Mama News Plus reporter වෙනුවෙන් බණ්ඩාර තෙන්නකෝන් නිකවැරටියේ සිට
90 participants from 11 countries in South Asia and the Gulf region gathered in Colombo this week for a two-day dialogue for an outcome document for specific measures that are to be put in place, advocating for the rights of female migrant workers from South Asia. News First Krishni Panditaratna caught up with the deputy representative for the UN Women's Office for Bhutan, India, Maldives and Sri Lanka, Sushma Kapoor, at the end of the dialogue for her views on the ill treatment of female migrant workers in the Middle East.
Is your organization's stance on Sri Lankan women and the ill treatment faced by them when they go to Middle Eastern countries?
I won't say that we have a particular stand for any one country. We work in the region. We work in the South Asia region, we work in Southeast Asia, and we also work in the Middle East. So we have offices in all these regions, and our stand simply is that we work towards safe migration of women and upholding the rights of women migrant workers when they go to other countries for employment and for work.
A commemorative event was held in Colombo today in memory of Sri Lanka's first Prime Minister D.S. Senanayake. The function was held to commemorate D.S. Senanayake's 61st death anniversary. Floral tributes were laid at the D.S. Senanayake statue at the Independence Square in Colombo 7. The main commemorative event was held at the Foundation Institute.
Captain of the Sri Lanka cricket team Angelo Matthews says that opener Tilakaratne Dilshan will play in tomorrow's first one-day international against Bangladesh.
The Sri Lankan team playing in tomorrow's ODI against Bangladesh engaged in training sessions at Hambantota today. The first of three games will be a day and night encounter played at the Suryavava International Cricket Stadium.
Bangladesh is a very good team and also a dangerous team when it comes to the one-days. And I think, they are here to play some really good cricket, and also we need to take that challenge and try and win against them.
Meanwhile, day one of the fourth test between Australia and India got underway at Delhi today. At stumps, Australia were 231 for 8 in their first innings.
Cricket fever hit Colombo today as two big match encounters were played today.
The annual big match encounter between DS Senanayake College Colombo and Mahanama College Colombo ended in a draw at the Pisara Stadium today. Mahanama College posted a first innings total of 170 in reply to DS Senanayake's 253. DS Senanayake then declared their second innings on 89 for 5. Chasing 172 for victory, Mahanama College managed to post 41 for 4, ending the match in a draw. Meanwhile, the 50th big match encounter between Isipatana College and Thurston College Colombo began today at the SSC grounds. Batting first, Isipatana College were bowled out for 256 runs in their first innings. In reply, Thurston College was 75 for 3 at stumps.
Who will be the next chairman of Sri Lanka cricket? These were the results received today on the survey conducted by Sports First.
Who will claim the top post in cricket? Type C. CRIC space A for Tilanga Sumatipala, CRIC space B for Upali Dharmadasa, CRIC space C for Sumit R. Pereira, CRIC space D for others, and send it to 7788.
And with that, we wrap up this edition of your Primetime News Bulletin. Thanks a lot for joining us. I'm Shane Silva.
And I'm Mahina Bongzo. Have a great weekend ahead. Take care and good night.
Hotline 0114-896-896. www.newsfirst.lk. Feedback at newsfirst.lk.